Disclaimer, the following video was written and finished before the March 26th Nintendo Mini Direct, where it was revealed an ARMS character was joining the game. The plan was to upload this video on the day a Direct was announced, but instead they just surprise dropped the whole thing. This video was gonna become outdated no matter what, but now it's outdated before I even upload it. So, just keep that in mind as you're watching. Thanks.
Is that I don't really care that much. I don't know.
I should reiterate, I obviously care enough. I'm gonna buy the pass and play the characters, but I already got every character I could ever want and more. And I'm honestly getting a little, for lack of a better word, exhausted? We got 65 returning veterans, then newcomers bumped the total up to 76, then DLC bumps it up to 82, and now we're looking towards 88. Even if Echo Fighters makes it a technicality, we're still getting frighteningly close to triple digits, and I can't keep track of this shit! I keep forgetting some characters are even in this game. I've honestly said, holy crap, we fit trainers in this game, like at least 5 times. And in my opinion, I feel like the Smash community, or at least the vocal minority, worry too much about who's coming and don't really appreciate who's already here. And I, for one, do. So I choose to peacefully abstain from Smash speculation this time around and just ride the wave and see what happens. Or that's what my answer was, but y'all won't stop asking me who I want in this dang game, so here's an all-encompassing wishlist video I can link to when the next person asks me. God damn it, just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in!
Okay, let's go. These are in no particular order. I am, for the most part, ignoring any preconceived obstacles or probabilities. No evidence, no logistics, no leaks, and I put leaks in big-ass quotation marks. Do I want the character in Smash? That's it. That's the rule. Let's begin.
What have I got?
Whoa! Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon were the talk of the town back on the PlayStation 1. And then they both had crippling identity crises before going through rehab. Much like Sonic the Hedgehog used to be a rival mascot for Mario, the same could easily have once been said about Crash and Spyro. Well, we already got Sonic, so I believe it's finally time for one of these two mascots to also step up to the plate. And when I say one of these two, I mean, yeah, only one of them. I know it's weird to say, but I don't necessarily want both of them, as cool as it would be. Just one or the other is good by me. Now, the funny thing is, between the two, or their original trilogies at least, I prefer Spyro's gameplay and levels and worlds and music, so you would think I would just be like, yeah, Spyro music is the best, put him in. But, hot damn, Crash's already existing moveset is perfect for Smash. You would hardly have to think up anything unique, if at all.
It's as if he was destined, tailor-made for Smash, that ultimately convinces me to put him in over Spyro, even though I clearly have a bigger Spyro bias. And when I can willingly decline putting Stuart Copeland tracks in the game, you know Crash is doing something right.
I do kind of worry they would pick a jungle area as the stage, and that it wouldn't be too visually distinct from a Donkey Kong stage, but to counter this, I propose crates as stage hazards. Crates that act similar to how they function in the Crash games, perhaps with different crate layouts that change every minute or so. That'd be pretty interesting to play around with, I think. I imagine the music will primarily compose of tracks from the PS1 trilogy, but I can see them throwing in a track or two from notable spin-offs. I'd also adore if we got a Crash to Insanity remix, and if they brought back the a cappella group that did that game's music, Spiral Mouth, to do it. Except they've apparently been off the radar since 2005. God, I hate doing research, it's really depressing. Believe it or not, unlike most people, Banjo-Kazooie getting in has almost nothing to do with me thinking Crash will have a shot. It's just a gut feeling I have, which is what half of the internet bases Smash speculation on anyway, so I'm safe. The only obstacle I can kinda see is Activision. Apparently, it was rumored the PlayStation All-Stars developers tried to get Crash in the game, and Activision didn't budge. Which, if true, can't believe I'm saying this, I don't blame Activision for something for once. But hey, Sakurai's the kind of guy that got Square Enix to say yes 3 times, so it's not off the table, I think. And let's just jump to the second and last non-Japanese character I have here.
You mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, finishing this fight.
I do owe a lot to Halo, personally. Without Halo 3, I wouldn't have got an Xbox 360. Without an Xbox 360, I wouldn't have met people who would convince me to put myself out on the internet a little more. Without them, I'd probably not have a YouTube channel. Without a YouTube channel, you wouldn't be able to tell me how wrong I am. Halo does mean a lot to me in that regard, so, like, sure, half of this is nostalgia and bias and all that fun stuff, but I do still think Master Chief and the Halo series as a whole have more than enough merits by themselves. The whole guns argument died with Bayonetta, and then died harder with Joker.
For his neutral special, he wields a gun.
Died hard with a vengeance. But even if some of the UNSC weaponry is still deemed a bit too much for Smash, the iconic Covenant weaponry would more than suffice. The stage would have to be Installation 4, the first Halo ring in the series. The outer rim of the ring would also be present in the horizon, and a battle between human and Covenant forces would be depicted in the background. Flood creatures optional, maybe with a bit of the war zone spilling over onto the stage itself too? If suicide bomber grunts came running onto the screen with sticky grenades stuck to their hands, ready to collide with fighters, I would die laughing. Music is admittedly a bit tricky. While the main Halo theme is one of the most iconic themes in all of gaming history, the rest of the soundtracks are good, but nothing 100% memorable outside of the games for me personally. Heck, some of my choices here ended up just being variations of the main Halo theme, but I think my culling was otherwise successful. Will we get another Microsoft character so soon after Banjo-Kazooie? But if we do, in this pack or in a future Smash game, it absolutely has to be John Halo Space Marine. So, let's talk about Capcom. I think it's very possible we'll get another character from them. We do already have 3 if we count Ken. If we don't count Ken, getting another would tie us with Sega. Either way, if any other company has a legacy of characters as strong as Nintendo's, it's Capcom. My personal vote used to go to Jill Valentine from Resident Evil, but while I'm not of the opinion spirits mean Jack Diddley, I did already put Master Chief on the list, and I feel like 2 gun-tootin' shootin' peeps would play too similarly, aside from Jill throwing zombies around or something. Dante would also be cool, if for no other reason than to finally have him and Bayonetta in the game together, but he's not my personal pick. So who does my Capcom vote go to now? Which one am I locking in?
Your Honor, the defense is ready to present. Objection!
Cards on the table. I've never played a Phoenix Wright game. I'd like to at some point, just haven't gotten around to it yet. But you bet your sweet Bippy that I want to defeat Palutena by pointing at her and going, "Where were you on the night of the 5th?"
Yeah, my knowledge of Phoenix Wright is limited, and most of said limited knowledge comes from, of all the things in the world, a fan-made My Little Pony crossover.
I must be in a dream. A really, really bad dream.
It's a very long story. I know he talked to a parrot at one point, though. I reckon that's the most important part of the Ace Attorney series. But dude, have ya played Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3? He's amazing in that game. Not amazing in the optimal sense, but his moveset is just so awesome, and I don't want to be lazy and say, yo, just copy Phoenix's Marvel 3 moveset, paste it in Smash, bada boom, but I'm gonna be lazy and say that. They could totally do that, and it would mostly work. Picking up evidence and building your case to more effectively attack, calling in Maya for some specials, reading Ganondorf his Miranda rights, and his final Smash, it just needs to be his Marvel level 3. That's literally all they need to do. Why make arbitrary changes when we don't need to? What we have here already is fantastic. The stage would have to be a courtroom. I guess they could scale the battlefield itself down to something like the gamer stage, while the courtroom itself in the background is still regular size. with various prosecutors and defense attorneys from the series making cameos. And also the judge. And also Pinkie Pie. The music, well, here's where that other half of my Ace Attorney knowledge comes into play. The tracks from the Game Boy Advance games would probably need to get remixes, but even leaving some of them alone wouldn't be bad either. The music slaps. I also ended up picking almost every main Pursuit theme in the series, because I just couldn't help myself. Phoenix Wright needs to be in Smash because we need someone to send all the top tiers to jail. Unless this is a repeat of Marvel 3, in which case that will not happen, but I will also settle for getting to hear Kirby yell objection. I will take that at least.
We have Ryu, Ken, and Terry Bogard, all who have that scary, evil, command input, black magic that Smash Brothers players fear. But what if I told you it gets worse? What if, instead of a 2D fighting game character, well, I see you Smash players already shaking in your boots, you know where I'm going with this. What if instead of a 2D fighting game character, we get a 2D anime fighting game character? With that anime bullshit.
Heaven or hell? Let's rock!
You notice a pattern here? I have a bigger history with Spyro than Crash, but I picked Crash. I have a bigger history with Resident Evil and Devil May Cry, but picked Ace Attorney. Now, I have a bigger history with Arc System Works' other fighting game series, BlazBlue, but here I am picking Soul Bad Guy from Guilty Gear, a series I only started paying closer attention to after Guilty Gear Strive was revealed at EVO 2019. And when I say I have a history with BlazBlue, I mean it. I am the only human being on the face of the planet who played the entirety of every story mode in every BlazBlue game. I'm still waiting for them to give me a prize or something. I survived BlazBlue Central Fiction, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Guilty Gear, by comparison, I currently know nothing lore-wise. Who's this wacky chap? Seems like a swell fellow. I'd let him do my taxes. Oh God! What's happening? Please don't eat me! You know what you can make me do, though? Play a Soul Bad Guy. Because in addition to all of Ryu and Terry's command input mumbo-jumbo in My Baby Party game, Soul would also be able to do unique things like mid-air dashing, Roman canceling, which lets him cancel a move immediately into any other action, Burst, which is essentially a one-time free get-off-me card, and all sorts of bonkers crap where Soul's defensive options might need to be heavily neutered in order for half of this to reasonably fit in Smash's gameplay style without being OP, but it would still be so interesting to see happen. To see the potential, I recommend a video on a Soul Smash moveset by a YouTuber named Felicia Fan. You could easily find moveset idea videos for every other character on my list, but there's barely any for Soul, so I recommend this one. The stage would probably have to be Neo, New York. Again, I'm not super familiar on Guilty Gear lore, but I do know this is Soul's stage, so it'd be fitting. That said, there doesn't appear to be too much going on that would make a terribly exciting Smash stage to play on, but if they wanted to go ahead and throw in the wall gimmick from the King of Fighters Stadium again, I wouldn't complain. Like Halo, Guilty Gear music was a bit tricky for me personally to pin down, not because there isn't any notable ones. Oh, don't worry. Daisuke Ishiwatari has got you covered, but there are multiple versions of character themes, and some characters have multiple themes too. Keeping it to 11 like I've been doing was tough. I could be wrong, but it appears most players prefer Guilty Gear X2's versions, so I based most of my character theme picks off there, with some XR tracks thrown in too for good measure. Now, what would be even cooler is if Arc System did what SNK did with Terry, and pulled music from a bunch of their fighting games. Well, hell, since I brought it up, here's another 11 separately for BlazBlue. They'd probably also throw in stuff from Arcana Heart, Double Dragon, River City, Under Night Inbirth, but let me not get too crazy, alright? This video's doomed to be mad outdated as is. Arc System Works is currently the king of fighting games in my eyes, a throne left behind by Capcom. Their DLC practices kinda suck skunk ass, but on the whole, I believe Arc System is a company that deserves to have a character in Smash, and Soul is their flagship character, and he would make a great fit. Except one part. If my Shiranui wasn't in Smash for the sakes of good little boys and girls, good luck with like 70% of Guilty Gear's female cast. Good luck.
A scattered dream that's like a far-off memory. A far-off memory that's like a scattered dream. I want to line the pieces up. Yours and mine.
If there's one character on my list that I probably don't need to give you an introduction on, it's Sora. Like Dante, everyone thought Sora was gonna be in the game. Until he wasn't. Because Sakurai's not allowed to drink water without people reading too much into it.
The funny thing about me picking Sora for my personal wish list is that I have quite the love-hate relationship with Kingdom Hearts. I shit on the series constantly, and at the same time, that did not stop me from platinuming all of the games on PS4. Please send help.
I could see Sora playing as kind of a mix between Cloud and Hero. He'd be all up in your face, like Cloud, and have a bunch of magic malarkey like Hero, with 100% less RNG. Preferably. Please. Now, of course, I feel obligated to address the elephant in the room, or, you know, the mouse in the room. I'm about 50-50 when it comes to Disney. On the one hand, sure, I can absolutely see them denying Sora. They don't want Bayonetta, Joker, and Master Chief shooting a technical Disney character in the face. I get it to a degree. But on the other hand, I can absolutely see them allowing him and Kingdom Hearts exclusive characters as spirits, just no references to original Disney IP. Which I'm cool with that too. If so much as a Donald and Goofy cameo appears, can you imagine how many fake leaks in the future are gonna claim a Disney princess as a playable character or something? 4chan would be more annoying with fake leaks than they already are. Anywho, the stage would be based on the dive to the heart segments that occur every so often throughout the Kingdom Hearts series. But I thought rather than just be one character's heart, the stage will instead alternate between Sora's station from Kingdom Hearts 2, excluding Donald and Goofy, probably, Roxas' station from Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, and Ventus' station fused with Vanitas from Birth by Sleep. To keep things visually interesting, the background, instead of a dark void, will change between Destiny Islands, Twilight Town, and Daybreak Town, depending on whose heart is currently active. I picked Daybreak over Land of Departure because Departure is literally just one building in a mountain. Also, Union Cross spoilers. Who cares? Cameos will also vary from heart to heart, based on which characters have connections with one another, and maybe even some heartless nobody and unversed enemies as hazards. Platform layout will be randomized, but the platforms will be memories of moments from past Kingdom Hearts games, like the opening to Kingdom Hearts 3. Again, they would probably have to pick images that don't feature Disney characters. You can tell I spent more time thinking about this stage than any other one. I'm actually really proud of this one. And then I got sad again when it came time to deliberate on song choices, cause we are currently batting 0 when it comes to Square Enix music. We'll either get 2 songs, or we'll get a decent selection, but they'll be in the trashiest quality they could find. Even if the best case scenario were to occur, I didn't bother adding any Utada Hikaru tracks. I doubt those will get licensed. But we're speaking purely in hypotheticals here anyway, so I went ahead and picked 11 anyway. It was a challenge. Kingdom Hearts has great tracks, but here's what I came up with. Square be damned. Will we get another Square character so soon after Hero, who was already added on with Cloud? I don't know. And because of Disney, Sora's inclusion might open up a can of worms that Smash speculators will refuse to ever close. But for the playstyle, the stage, and the music, hopefully, I'm ready to open my heart. And last but not least, if you know me, you saw this one coming, and were probably wondering what took me so long to get to him. But now...
Fuckhead! It's game time!
Travis is walking a weird line right now. He's an incredibly niche character from an incredibly niche franchise. Travis Touchdown is far more niche than Soul Bad Guy. No More Heroes 3's mere existence is a miracle, to be very blunt. Any time before Ultimate, I would not have been humoring this. And yet, the amount of times I've now seen Travis pop up on fake leaks and mentioned by a wide variety of notable YouTubers and members of the Smash community, it's wild. But wait, Chris, did you honestly just give us 3 anime sword fighters in a row? Aren't you a goddamn hypocrite? Well, no. Technically, I want an anime Gears man, an anime Keys man, and an anime Beans man. Look, again, Soul's got that anime bullshit, and Sora can be the most acrobatic and flashiest fighter if they play their cards right. But outside of his beam katana, Travis can also incorporate wrestling moves, and all that other dumb, weird, endearing crap Suda51 is known for.
And can you imagine how confused people who've not played No More Heroes are gonna be when this new character strolls onto the battlefield and starts spouting random crap like, let's find the exit they call paradise, and Moe, and, shit, what was the, cranberry chocolate sundae! I forgot that one. I had to actually, congratulations, Suda51, you made me have to look at my notes on camera. I ain't doing no repicks.
Unfortunately, I can't say the same about much of the stage candidates. No More Heroes' strengths are really in the combat and boss fights, not so much in its locations. I can't really think of anything that would make a fantastic Smash stage that also would accurately represent what No More Heroes is about. Hell, the most iconic area in No More Heroes, if we can even call something from a niche series iconic, is the motel Travis lives in. And it's a motel. That said, I did find this image of the motel on the No More Heroes wiki, which kinda got my juices flowing a little bit. The motel looks nothing like this in the game, but damn, gotta admit, this mood lighting goes a long way. Maybe if they also sprinkle in some of the series' notable assassins trying to attack fighters, and not make the motel look exactly the same as in the games, this could work as a stage if proper liberties are taken. But, of course, liberties do not have to be taken with the music. You wanna know why there's hardly any No More Heroes remixes online? Because the music is already that good! And also, it's an extremely niche series that an amount of people fewer than the population of Vatican City have heard of, but also because it's that good! I do have more hope for Travis Touchdown than I used to, but I'm honestly scared that he will get in the game as a spirit event. But hopefully, he'll infiltrate the rankings as a non-PNG in Smash soon enough.
Okay, how about this? If I become number 1, will you do it with me?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Come on, just once.
And that's my most wanted characters for Smash, or at least for Fighters Pass 2 specifically. I tried to find a balance between who I want, personal preferences, moveset varieties, visual varieties, musical varieties. Variety. My list probably looks the same as a lot of people's, and you probably predicted half of it without even trying, except maybe Soul and Travis. But I don't care about being a bit derivative. If anything, having a character who's on a lot of other people's lists only helps my case more.
But those are the choices. I'm locking them in. Not allowed to change my answers later. I don't care how quickly this video inevitably becomes outdated. Those are who I'm sticking with, for better or worse, through thick and thin, through the fire and the flames, until January 1st, 2022. Then we back on that bullshit again. But at the end of the day, whether anyone from my list gets in, or nobody from my list gets in, I honestly don't really care that much. I mean, I obviously cared enough to make this video in the first place, but again, it's just to link somebody the next time they ask me. I'd be like, yeah, shoo, go away, shoo! Smash Ultimate's roster is amazing as is. I'm thankful for who we got so far, and while I'm still looking forward to Fighters Pass 2, I'm obviously still gonna get it. I'm still gonna play the characters. But I'm not gonna hold my breath. I'm just gonna ride the wave and see what happens. And no matter what happens, I welcome any and all newcomers. Alright, I did it. I went an entire video without making a Fire Emblem joke. Are you guys proud of me yet?